Like Chris Brown and Rihanna had their whole altercation was because Rihanna had sex with Clyde Davis. They were tossing her around.
She was so young. She was underage when she came over here, actually.
Yeah. You gotta understand. It's like, man, you gotta do something for them to get in.
Yes, he said we don't sing songs here. We sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief. But then he said something about a window and a door. Oh, then he said, he said it whole word. I did a lot of homework on you this lady. He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor. So you
gave her the herpes that she gave to Chris Brown. Rihanna was only 14, 15 when he started fucking with her and signed her to death.
Signed her that night. We didn't let her leave the office.
Really?
The 3 in the morning was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 in the morning.
Wow.
That day I was absolutely certain.
How often does that happen? I mean, that's
not often.
That's unheard of, right?
That's not, yeah. I mean, to get lawyers to draft up contracts and then the other side to agree to contracts in 10 hours that's retarded.
Wait, what? Is Rihanna's history really resurfacing after Chris Brown allegedly revealed how he supposedly caught her in an intimate situation with JayZ? Keep in mind, she and Chris were said to be together during that period. For years now, people have speculated that JayZ may have been involved with her when she was only 15. Recently, supposed evidence started circulating online, including what were claimed to be medical documents suggesting Rihanna allegedly contracted an STD from JayZ. Even worse, rumors claim she then passed it to Chris Brown. Unless you've been completely disconnected from social media, you've probably seen these shocking allegations about Rihanna allegedly getting an STD from JayZ and transmitting it to Chris. Some even claim this was the real reason behind the 2009 domestic violence incident. According to the rumors, Roc Nation supposedly covered everything up to paint Chris as the unstable aggressor. These accusations were reportedly first pushed by Jaguar Wright and a former assistant of Rihanna's billionaire ex-boyfriend. What really fueled public belief, however, was when actor Braxton Wells appeared in a tense interview with Storm Monroe and made explosive statements. 27321.
What are some of the stories you've heard about?
I heard stories like the reason why Chris Brown and Rihanna had their whole altercation was because Rihanna had Clyde, but listen, I know they might try to come after me or something like that, but this is what I'm hearing from other people, and it makes sense. Rihanna, of course, is coming from an island. She ain't no U.S. citizen, so she's gonna do anything as possible to do whatever she wants. And I heard that she had with Clyde, the one that discovered Michael Jackson, of course, and she caught herpes from gave it to Chris Brown, and that was the whole reason why those guys were fighting. And that's why they tried to protect Rihanna's career that whole time, and that's why they were trying to tarnish Chris Brown, but they can't tarnish him because this guy is very intelligent. And that's the story. But
I've never heard that. Wow.
Yeah, I heard that from quite a few people that's in the music business, and Rihanna was. They were tossing her around.
She was so young. She was underage when she came over here, actually.
Yeah. You gotta understand. It's like, man, you gotta do something for them to get in. And I know quite a few people right now in the business that are trying to make it in the music business, and they're very young. Some people lie about their age too. Some of them say they're 17 or 16, but they've been lying for years.
Yeah, that's like Mila Kunis from that '70s show. She's married to Ashton Kutcher now, who was at those Diddy parties too. Yeah. But when she came over here, she was actually 14. She wasn't 17. So
yeah. But that stuff is real, man. Like that is a real thing.
Many people believed his claims because this isn't the first time such accusations have surfaced. At a certain point, some began saying, all these people can't be repeating the same exact story for no reason. Adding to the controversy, a former assistant of one of Rihanna's exes also spoke out recently, accusing her of allegedly spreading STDs. The conversation happened during an interview between rapper Almighty Jay and adult film actress Haley Dean. Things escalated quickly. Haley claimed that several years ago, while Rihanna was dating her employer, described as a wealthy billionaire figure in Africa, she allegedly gave him chlamydia shortly after they began seeing each other. According to the story, the man was married and supposedly passed the infection on to his wife as well.
They say you look like Rihanna.
She hates me.
Why?
Because I worked with her a few years ago on, this is when she had her foundation. Right before she launched her what was it at that time? That
Fenty?
But no, I think it was before the Fenty, because it was whatever Kylie came out with. They all went in. They were all arguing with each other. And that was when Kim came out with her line, Kylie came out with her line. But Rihanna had this foundation back in 2015, and it was her white gala. And that was when she kind of like was sponsored on med beds, high tech, all that. Well, I helped fundraise her gala here in Hollywood. Well, she was f***ing my boss and gave my boss chlamydia. And here I am, the alleged hoe. Yeah, I am a hoe. But everyone thought that I was the one f***ing my boss, and in all reality, it was this. And so it just literally got to the point where all that came out that she got him sick, that because he was married, he's can you put your seatbelt on? Or behind you? You don't have to put it on, but behind you. He's a king, or he's a prince in Africa. And so he came out here back in 2013, worked with Global Canvasser, which was a nonprofit, and then worked with UNICEF in the United Nations. That's where I got on, and I was able to partner with UNICEF in the United Nations. So I lived out in Australia for a little bit, working with this corporation.
Haley didn't stop there. She also accused Rihanna of allegedly giving Travis Scott the same infection. For those unaware, Rihanna and Travis were briefly linked after connecting during New York Fashion Week. Reports suggested Travis wanted the relationship kept private. However, Complex magazine publisher Lawrence Schloman publicly revealed their involvement despite Travis allegedly asking him not to. Lawrence later admitted he broke the story about Rihanna and Travis even though they preferred discretion. He clarified it wasn't about Travis being embarrassed to be with Rihanna. Instead, he implied Rihanna didn't want the relationship publicized. The situation was described as awkward and uncomfortable for everyone involved.
I think she was, I don't know if it was Travis, I don't know who the Rihanna was f***ing, but got dirty and got him dirty. And it was this whole thing. Well, she had her gala, and here I am, it was her white party gala. I'm dressed, I'm ready, I'm going after raising so much money for her thing, for his thing, for the company's thing. I show up, sorry Harley, but Rihanna said that you can't get in. Okay, cool. And that was in 2016. And then after that, I ended up partnering more on board with her ex-boss, and his name was Lamac Tubaya. What the f*** are you doing, you fat fuck? No, that was my late. But yeah, she hates me. There's that Foundation song that she came out with, and that was like, I don't lie about this shit. Like, it's to the point. Like,
the controversy reportedly goes back even further. In 2012, Rihanna was reportedly sued for $10 million by an anonymous man who claimed she infected him with an STD. At the time, speculation suggested the unidentified plaintiff might have been Chris Brown, choosing to remain unnamed to avoid fueling more media frenzy. According to the lawsuit details that circulated, the man alleged that Rihanna knowingly gave him herpes. He further claimed that when he threatened legal action, she allegedly injured herself and later blamed him for the altercation, comparing her behavior to a dramatic scene from the movie Liar Liar starring Jim Carrey. Chris Brown has never publicly confirmed or denied being the person behind that lawsuit. Still, many believe he was involved. Jaguar Wright is among those who insist Rihanna allegedly contracted herpes during a secret relationship with JayZ behind Beyoncé's back.
Okay, you never signed no paperwork.
I just didn't want to put my family's life on the line.
JayZ gave her the herpes that she gave to Chris Brown. Rihanna was only 14, 15 when he started her and signed to the...
At first, Jaguar did not specify which STD she was referring to when discussing the situation between Rihanna and Chris. However, in a later interview, she became far more direct. This time, she openly detailed her version of events without holding anything back.
How long are you guys gonna hold on to Chris Brown and Rihanna? You know what I'm saying?
I don't understand why people keep talking about that. It was forever ago. They were both very young, and he had just had his first herpes.
Jaguar questioned why people continue revisiting the Chris Brown and Rihanna situation after so many years. She pointed out that they were both very young at the time, and claimed Chris had just learned he had herpes. According to Jaguar's account, discovering the infection was what allegedly pushed Chris into a breaking point the night of the incident. She further alleged that when Chris went to confront Rihanna at her home, he supposedly walked in and found her with another man, which intensified the situation.